Okay, welcome everybody. My name is Jason Feil. I'm a professor in the Department of the Philosophy and Humanities here at Sierra College. I also chair the Honors Committee at Sierra College, and I'm the faculty advisor for Phi Theta Kappa, the National Honor Society. So I get to work with students like the students here pretty regularly, and so it's a lot of fun. It's a joy for me to get to be here and host this awards ceremony. I want to start out by just a couple of housekeeping issues, emergency exits if there's an earthquake or a tornado or whatever. They're there and at the back. So, and you know, I think they say everybody form a nice orderly line as they file out, so I'm sure that'll happen. Some of you may not be familiar, but it's sort of de rigueur these days to take a moment to remember the fact that the land that we're on now, that Sierra College sits on, is the traditional land of the Maidu-Nisenan people, and that they never sold it or volunteered to give it away, and still feel a little bit frustrated by that. And we're talking about over the period of tens of thousands of years, Maidu-Nisenan people lived in this area. So it's become common for us to kind of just take a second to remember the debt we owe to the indigenous people of this country and the fact that we're on land that is traditionally theirs, and to pay respect to the Nisenan people and their elders, past, present, and future. I wanted to welcome you all and welcome the students who have received scholarship awards. Tell you congratulations. This really is sort of an event that's all about acknowledging and honoring all those late nights of studying that you did, all the hard work that you put in, the work you did when no one else was looking, and the fruit that it bore. But also just to take a second to pay, sort of specially give thanks to the families and friends. If you're here to support one of our recipients, wanted to just really acknowledge you and thank you for being a part of these students' lives, for caring, for taking time out of your day to come be here and support them, to show them your love and support. And it's that sort of community spirit and support really that helps students achieve and become really the best versions of themselves. So thank you very much. Congratulations to the students, and thank you very much to the friends and family who've come to share this moment with them. I would like to introduce as our first speaker, our Sierra College President, Willie Duncan. And I just wanted to say, I was just sort of thinking, you know, I've been at Sierra College about 15 years now, and for much of that time, Willie has been the president of Sierra College. And I have never talked to anybody, students, faculty, or staff, who have a single negative thing to say about him. And it's just the opposite. Everybody that I talk to has the most positive things to say about him. Really appreciate him as a president, as a leader, his commitment to students, to the financial health of the institution, to the organizational structure of Sierra College, to his moderate and even-keeled demeanor, and just his genuine hard work and concern on behalf of our students. And we're all, I can speak for a lot of us anyway, I don't know about all the people at Sierra College, but speaking for a lot of us, we're very grateful that Willie is the president, and so I would like to introduce him to you now.
Thank you, Jason. That was very kind. I have to bring you along with me in the future when I go speak places. It's a great pleasure to be here for me tonight. I've been the president at Sierra College. This is my 12th year, so I haven't quite got to do 12 of these because I think we skipped a couple because of COVID, unfortunately. But it's just always a pleasure to come to this ceremony. And if you look at the program, this is the 46th annual award and scholarship celebration. That's just amazing. That's older than me. No, not really. I'm older than that. But that's an amazing legacy that Sierra College has set. And it doesn't happen without the hard work from our foundation and from all of our donors. And so I want to say thank you to all of our donors and our foundation for their work. Give them a round. Give 'em 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 a round If you're a student, congratulations on your accomplishment in receiving a scholarship and award tonight. And the way you should look at this is, one, it's a reward for the hard work that you've already put in, but two, it's an investment in you and in your future. And that's no small thing, to think that other people are investing in you. Other people see the value in you, and they think that there's something worthwhile there, that they would put their hard-earned money into you and into your future. And if you think about it that way, to me, it's just hugely powerful when you receive a scholarship or you receive an award. And what it should instill you with confidence. It should instill you with drive in feeling that there are so many of us that believe in you. The favorite part of my job that I have is to be able to interact with students and talk with them about what they're working on, what they'd like to become, what they are studying, what they're struggling with, and all of those things happen on a regular basis for students. And so I really do enjoy it. And this year, I'm so pleased, we are giving away 212 scholarships worth over $260,000. And that's more than 50,000 more than we gave last year. So growth in that. So just absolutely special. And as Jason mentioned, to family members that are here with your loved one today that's getting an award, this is also a congratulations to you. Because we know that they couldn't achieve their success without your support. Nothing happens in a vacuum. Nothing happens for individuals without the support of the ones that are around them and love them. So, so congratulations to you. And with that, I say welcome, and I'm going to introduce our next speaker. Our next speaker is a member of our Board of Trustees, which is elected, by the way, in case you didn't know. And he is the president of the board, Mr. Paul Bancroft.
All right. Thank you, Willie. I thought you were going to say your favorite part of your job was working with the Board of Trustees, but I guess we'll let that one slide. Good evening, everybody. This is awesome. This is so great. On behalf of the Sierra College Board of Trustees, I want to congratulate each and every one of you on your accomplishments, for being here tonight. It's such an honor to be here. Your hard work is evident, and every scholarship tonight is deserved. So give yourselves a round of applause. It's amazing. There's going to be a lot of money flowing tonight. And I don't mean you're walking out of here with like fat wads of cash. You know what I mean? You get the gist of it. But there's going to be a lot happening, as Willie said, over $260,000 in scholarships. That's remarkable. Those scholarships would not be possible if it wasn't for the endowments and the donations from our incredibly generous community of businesses, of nonprofits, and of individual donors, all of whom believe in each and every one of you and who are willing to invest in your education and in your future, many of whom are also supporters and former graduates of Sierra College. We're very lucky that we live in such generous and supportive communities who are willing to invest in our economic and our academic well-being. So, again, congratulations to all of you. It's an honor to be here, and let's get these scholarships rolling. Thank you.
So our next speaker is going to be Robert Dugan, who's the president of the Sierra College Foundation. The way that it works, to my understanding, is you have the community, and then you have Sierra College, and you have people in the community that want to help Sierra College, ways that Sierra College can be benefited by the community. And the foundation exists as a vehicle for philanthropy and fundraising and all kinds of initiatives and things that Sierra College wants to achieve. And Robert Dugan is the president of that and has been for, I think, like 10 years. He was on the board of directors for that. I don't know. It's a good long time, and has overseen the growth of this from a pretty small entity into a fairly large one. That's his hobby, I guess you would say. His day job is as the CEO of an organization called CalCIMA, which is a massive enterprise, and he flies all over the country taking care of business, doing business deals everywhere, and flew back especially to be here at this awards ceremony, because when he was young, I don't know for sure, but he went off a sidetrack, I guess. But it was the opportunity that he found in community college, to go back to community college, to sort of give himself a reset and to put his life on track to the incredible success that he's had since then. And unlike a lot of people who maybe just are down the road with something like that, Robert has not forgotten his gratitude towards community college, and a kind of a philanthropic desire to pass along what he's learned and what he's achieved to make it possible for a new generation of students to experience similar success in their life. So it's a great, and by the way, I went by the foundation today and talked to them, and they just love working for this guy. They say he's just a real pleasure to work for. So it's my pleasure to introduce the president of the Sierra College Foundation, Robert Dugan.
So I do have to say I like that version better. That was kinder and gentler than I would give myself. Good evening, all. I'm Robert Dugan. I'm the president of the foundation, and nobody works for me. We work for the foundation, for you, and for our donors. That's really how it works. Our role, I get to represent the whole foundation board. We've got several foundation board members here tonight. Just wave your hand. I know I saw a couple in the audience, right? And this is one of my favorite events of the year here on campus, I have to say, although I got a new one this year when I came earlier in the year, right, when we had all the support for you as students in the cafeteria. That was a terrific event. I just want to say a couple of quick things, and I'm going to say thank you to the donors. That's been said by Willie, right? That's been said by our foundation, by our Board of Trustees chair, Paul, right? It's been said by Professor File. I'm going to say it as well, but I really want to talk about you to the students, the faculty, and their families just for a brief minute, because I learned the hard way. I got a couple of degrees from the School of Hard Knocks, and I learned the hard way that when people say everybody's entitled to a terrific education, it's not quite accurate, right? You're entitled to have access to, but it takes you to have the drive to want to get it. And when I come to this event, I get to think about, right, what you did to be sitting here today. So I want you to think about that for a minute, and then I'm going to tell you where to turn your attention. You did something to be here today. You didn't just show up, right? Didn't fall in your lap. A lot of things had to happen for you to be sitting here today. First of all, to get through college, you needed a team. And as was already pointed out, you know, I stand here as the guy that can tell you how not to do it, right? I dropped out of college I failed out miserably. So I really appreciate that version. I'm going to stick with Professor File's version. But the truth is I failed miserably because I wasn't ready. My head wasn't in the game. I wasn't driven to do it. I didn't have the support structure, all those things that were already referenced by President Duncan and others. And I wouldn't have made it back to where I am today if our community colleges didn't do what they do. And I look at what we do today, and you know, we do a lot more because today's a lot more complicated than when I was in school. It just is. When I went back to college, it was, you know, not as complicated of a world that you're growing up in, that you're living in, whether you're an older student or a younger student. But you're not entitled to today. You earned it. That's the only reason I bring up the entitled question, is because really today's about something that you earned. And you earned the faith and trust and generosity of a donor that had success themselves And from their resources, and in some cases from their scarcity even, they said, I want to create a scholarship. I want to create an endowment. And I'm so honored to be on the foundation board because we're the fiduciary that makes sure that money's taken care of, right? We work with this world-class faculty and staff that we have here at Sierra College on all these programs as we identify what are the barriers so that if a student wants to make it happen and sees that brass ring of an education, how can we deal with those barriers? And the foundation raises money for some of those, right? We've got a best-in-class veterans center. We've got a best-in-class support system for our former foster youth. I think many of you have probably been to the Student Support Center up in the library. I got to hang out with those folks just a couple of weeks ago, getting caught up, right? And that all happens not by accident. That happens by people being generous and saying, we want to invest. But you only get it when you invest your time, talent, and effort and perseverance to make it happen for yourselves. And the folks that donated these scholarships, none of this isn't government cheese. This is people's generosity to say we want to invest and we have faith. And there's a process. And doggone it, if they've earned it, let's make sure we find a way to help them. So give give yourselves a round of applause, please. And now give the donors a round of applause because they're the ones. And then lastly, give your support network. Families come in every size, shape, and form. My 3 closest brothers are from another mother. They are. And without them, I wouldn't have made it back to college. Without them, I wouldn't be sitting here. But your support system is your support system, whatever it is. Nobody really does anything alone, even if they're silent, right? I got silent mentors, like the guy I'm going to introduce in a minute, right? The inspiration that he gives me and my wife, and again, when I introduce him, I'll talk about that, right? We have a support system, both direct and indirect, so give them a round of applause as well. But that's what the foundation's all about. So with that, without any further ado, I'm going to talk a little bit about a thing, right, that kind of leads into introducing our next speaker, who is representing. He's one of our donors, and he's representing one of our largest institutional donors. $260,000 doesn't happen by accident. We're little old Sierra College, right? How many campuses now? How many campuses do we have? Right? And $260,000, right? That's a lot of generosity. That's a lot of people saying, I want to pay it forward. And some of those people are achieving success. Some of them are like me, they're a late bloomer, right? So the foundation board, that's a volunteer gig. I'm an elected official here in Placer County, but I have to have a day job to pay for those 2 extracurricular activities. So I run the California Construction Industrial Materials Association, which is everybody that digs rock, sand, and gravel out of the ground to build things like this building and your phone, by the way. The rare earth minerals and the metals and all that stuff that's in your phone, our members have to dig that out of the ground and turn it into something. And we're employers, and we're investing, right? So I'm investing because I need to say thank you. If I hadn't had the community college to help me get back in and reboot my life, as was so well put, I probably wouldn't be sitting here today. So I'm an example of how not to do it. But as I launch, and as you launch, right, you've got to finish your education, whatever it may be, whether it's an industry-recognized certificate, continuing education, or you're launching into some 4-year degree field, right? You got to keep moving. You got to take the stick-to-itiveness that you put into applying for your scholarship and the things that you did to get through the classes, as was already referenced, right, so that you were worthy of getting a scholarship. You got to keep at it because we need to hire you. I had to be worthy to get a job like I've got. I had to work my way back from being a lazy bum to, don't sign that, to, sorry, right? But I had to giddy up, right? I had to stand back up, dust off, and get to it. And the gentleman that I get to introduce is kind of fun, right? Doctors don't happen by accident either, right? They only have, 12 years of college and post-secondary training and internships. My wife's a nurse at Sutter Roseville. My dad's a doctor. He was the son of a single mom that worked at J.C. Penney's and Garfunkel's, and maybe some in here don't even know either one of those, but we do have a Penney's in town. He worked his way through it. He was definitely a leader for me, but as I look at current leaders, my wife and I sit and compare stories and talk about it, and she's one of those nurses that loves to save the life that nobody thinks can be saved. Well, this next speaker is one of those. He's a guy with a lot of drive, a lot of ambition, but he spent years getting ready to be a doctor. And then he didn't just go open up a practice at a cosmetic surgery center. He decided he wanted to be an ER doctor, right? ER doctor, think MASH, but better, I hope. But, right, and then he didn't even stop there, but my wife has a very short list of doctors that in the ER and in the trauma system here at Sutter that love to try and save the life that doesn't look like it can be saved when it walks through the doors of the hospital. He's on that list. Next thing you know, he's running, right, the trauma center ER. And now, granted, he's been here 27 years, but let's face it, he's a doctor, not a white-collar business graduate like me, right? He's the top doc. He's the physician in charge of our Sutter Roseville Medical Center because he's got drive and stick-to-itiveness. And there's rewards for that. And your reward today of this scholarship is one step in that direction, but this is a great example. And without the donors, we wouldn't be here to have that example. So thank you by leading by example to all our donors. And with that, Dr. Hull, would you please come on up and I'll hand it over to him.
Well, thank you for letting me be here. And later, Bob, I'm going to have you call my mom and tell her those things too. I think exactly, she would love. It would be a wonderful gift for her. So, thank you all for letting me be here. It's an honor to be here, Robert. Thank you so much for the really wonderful words that you said as well. I feel very, very humbled to be here and to also represent Sutter Roseville and Sutter Health. Sutter Health has had a long history of investing in our communities. We are community-based. We're a not-for-profit organization, and we believe very much that it's important that we continue to be able to help our communities and help them with also growing, training, and becoming the healthcare providers of the future. Because I'm not going to live forever, and we need more people out there to help us. So we are really quite honored also, and we're very glad to be here today to celebrate the 24 recipients who are receiving scholarships that Sutter has so proudly sponsored. And we have 4 students this year that are receiving $6,000 as well, and we're very honored by that, to be able to do that. When we are able to partner with such a great partner like Sierra College, it really allows us to be able to make sure that we are contributing to our communities and that our students, all of you, with the help of your family and your teachers, you're able to focus on your goals and where you're going to go. And so that is a humbling moment for us to make sure that we are able to help you in those aspirations. So we know also that we have to invest in our communities so that we can continue to help develop the workforce of the future. Healthcare is an incredible asset in a community, and we're fortunate to have great healthcare in this community, but it also requires us to collaborate with organizations, and we are so absolutely proud to partner with Sierra College with this as well. So I think I'm not telling any tales out of school. The area that we live in, Placer County, Roseville, Rockland area, it continues to grow. And so we need more people to join healthcare sector. When you go into healthcare, it's a calling. It's something that you get to give back to people that are in your community, and that's very special. And I encourage all of you that are on that path, that are receiving scholarships in healthcare, and all the people in the room that recognize that that's incredibly important, and recognize that there are so many people that support you, and we're very much honored to be one of those. So we love that we're able to continue to support and to have scholarship programs like this that we are celebrating here today. So let's give a round of applause for all the scholarships as well. Thank you. But we also know that we have to continue to invest and continue to encourage people to join healthcare and to help us provide what's going to be an ever-increasing amount of needs in these communities. And we also know that we have to partner with the people that can help us do that. And Sierra College is one of our most important partners in that they're helping us train the healthcare workers of the future, and we're really so deeply indebted and grateful for that as well. So we also know that Sierra College is incredibly important because we know from community needs assessments that there are insecurities in our communities, particularly housing and also transportation. And so Sutter is supporting one of the rooms in the new housing facility every year, so that we can make sure that a student is able to study and not worry about where they're going to sleep or where they're going to get food. So we're very proud of that as well. I just want to say I'm incredibly thrilled to be here, to be supportive of Sierra College, to be supportive of all of you, and the extraordinary efforts that are required for you to be here today. That we are all recognizing that we at Sutter are grateful for your efforts, and we're also grateful for partnering and the unwavering support and commitment we have to Sierra College and with the college and all of you as well. So I just want to end by saying to the students this evening, we're here to celebrate all your hard work. And we know it's a lot of work. And I got to meet a few of you. Thank you. You're inspiring to me. Thank you for being here, for all your hard work. And I just want you to know that we will continue to support you, and we will cheer you on in your journey and your career path. So congratulations to everybody, and thank you. Thank you for allowing me to represent Sutter and to show our gratitude. And I want to congratulate you all again. Thank you.
Okay, it's time to honor this Scholar Award recipient. So what we're going to do is we're going to bring up to the stage President Duncan and our VP of Instruction, Rebecca Boquicchio. Also, Dr. James Todd, our VP of Student Services, and Bobby Gosal, Dean of Enrollment Services, who will read the names off. We're going to divide them up into two groups. The first group will be last names A through L. If you have family or friends, last names A through L, and you want to take pictures, that's fine. You can come up here and take pictures. If you're a student reward recipient with the last names A through L, we'd like you to walk up the back and meet in the back foyer right now. And you'll meet people up there, and they'll guide you around to orient you to the stage. So.
Juan Barkley.
Esrar Arozo.
Livia Basran.
Nicole Altamirano.
Rihanna Bardwaj.
Alexis Castro.
Sophia Bodner.
Jennifer Collis.
Lydia Bemer.
Lynn Chavez.
Brock Bozquez.
Sean Carey.
Barbara Boswell.
Chasten Centeno. I'm sorry.
Rebecca Bear.
Christiane Carlisle.
Ireland Brown.
Mary Cooper.
Deanne Berlew.
Lisa Coleman.
River Bernash.
Elena Chip.
Deepika.
Lauren Kaufman.
Amanda Deloach.
Mackenzie Zapke.
Shannon Dooley.
Summer Crook.
Jocelyn Hernandez.
Sierra Albert.
Allison Heights.
Luis Antonio Carreon.
Brianna Hill.
Christy Goldsworthy.
Donald Hunter.
Kara Eby.
Brendan Flores.
Charisse Gruber.
Hannah Fuentes.
Layla Gross.
Madison Glorioso.
Shatovia Ivory.
Adrian Irvine.
Charlene King.
Lindsay Landwehr.
Timothy Paperno.
Michaela Leonore.
Gwen Quiroz.
Tara Lomas.
Kayla Rios.
Michelle Lucadello.
Daniel Stobov.
Jack Lukovich.
Camille Warner.
Kylie Lyons. Time for M through Z.
We're at the halfway point. Oh,
I think that's it.
that's all right.
Okay, so we're going to take a little intermission. So we'll move to the next half of the alphabet, and I'll say some things to get us through. One of the things I do is I'm the faculty advisor for Phi Theta Kappa, which is our National Honor Society, but we have a chapter here on campus. And what I do is I get these kids together, these 20-year-olds, 10, 20, 30, 20-year-olds, and I ask them, what do you guys want to do? And they tell me what they want to do, and then we organizationally help them do that. And I wanted to share with you some of the things that we did this year. This year in Phi Theta Kappa, we cleaned up one of the creeks around here, Sucker Creek, which is kind of a funny name. But we helped clean that up, and now we have a little Sierra College PTK thing on the little road sign that says, thank you or whatever. We raised tons of money to provide feminine hygiene products for women who every month, this is a significant expense, and when they're already living close to the edge, when they're already maybe experiencing some food insecurity, this is another expense on top of things that's just a real drag for a lot of women to have to deal with. And one of our students said, I want to help that out. So she just raised a ton of money and worked with ASSC, our associated students and others, to help make sure that women on campus and around in our community have access to those products whenever they need them without having to pay for them. And that was really cool. Another thing, I know, it's right, I know. So clap for yourselves, because these ideas are coming, these ideas are coming from the community. I didn't come up with them. Yeah. So another one is we had a kid who wanted to go play games with kids in a homeless shelter, and so he found a homeless shelter, and he found, this situation where there was going to be 50 or 100 kids that families were involved in homeless shelters. He went down there and played games, organized carnivals, just gave them a fun afternoon. That was just like awesome. Another thing one of our kids wanted to do was go to old folks' homes, go to senior citizens' homes, and do art projects with them, just because she cared about old people and wanted to art, and it was just super fun. And she got a bunch of people together, and they went to this senior citizens' home, and they just did art. And the senior citizens were like, oh my gosh, somebody cared enough to come by and talk to me and do this art, and they were just absolutely, very grateful. Another thing we did, and that's the last thing I'll mention, but we have refugees from Afghanistan living in North Sacramento off El Camino Drive. They're the people who got out once the Taliban took over 2 years ago. They left their families behind. They left their communities, language, culture, food behind. And they sleep on floors. They don't have mattresses. And the apartments are horrible. There's cockroaches everywhere. The kids go to school. The men don't really have jobs, but they're outside. The women really are in those apartments all day, every day, with really nothing to do, having left everything behind in Afghanistan. And one of our students wanted to gather sewing machines and take them down there and provide those to those women so that they can repair clothing for their families, so that they can make textiles to sell, and so they can have something creative and positive to do to lift themselves out of the depression and ennui that they're experiencing. And so last Friday we went down and dropped off 25 sewing machines, and next week we're going to take 10 more. Yeah. And so whenever I talk to people and they're cynical about our country and they're cynical about the politics and they're cynical about the state of things in the world and everything else, I said, have you met any of these kids? Oh, thanks.
LeBron James. No, I'm Nadia Zatouni.
Dana Paro.
Jacob Mullins.
Fatima Ramos.
Monica Martin.
Tyrone Rodriguez.
Priscilla Martinez.
Haley Newell.
Phoenix Matt.
Gloria Neeson.
Lori Musco.
Sharon Pada.
Allison Magalianis.
Anika Paredes.
Jamie Maloney.
Lillian Peterson.
Sadie McConnell.
Fong Pham.
Taylor Mitchell.
Danielle Pishna.
Rachel Mulder.
Josh Picard.
Malin Musaba.
Perla Telez.
Selena Moore.
Shelby Terhorst.
Dan Ostapayuk.
Anya Timchenko.
Brenda Outland.
Mark Thompson.
Hadia Sadat.
J.D. Torres.
Stephen Siamala Patia.
Oh, I tried really. I tried. Sorry, Stephen.
Jack Trickett.
Yadira Sandoval.
Allison Trimble.
Afia Stamwood.
Katrina Vina.
Katie Stork.
Kushan Vikas.
Cole Upton.
Stephen Velasquez.
Liliana Watkins.
Poppy Wallace.
Lamari White.
Matthew Wheeler.
Sophia Welge.
Haley Wise.
Melissa Whitney.
Emma Lindholt.
Delaney Wilson.
Xuan Zan.
Yes.
Give yourselves a big round of applause. Congratulations. Also want to take a moment to thank Linda Williams, who's helped organize this whole thing. So thank you very much, Linda. And the Sierra College Foundation. Robert Dugan is the president of that, but they do so much for everybody. Incredible organization. And I know people have mentioned this before, but it's worth sort of, I think, just sort of taking a second to realize that the donors don't have to donate money to this. They do it for whatever reasons, I don't know, but they want to. They decide to spend money, their money, on you because they want to give back, because they believe in you, because they want to support you. A lot of times without knowing anything about you, but when your application came across their review process, they looked at it and said, this is the kind of person that we want to support. And we just owe them a huge debt of gratitude for everything they do. So thank you to the donors very much. So congratulations, everybody. That concludes what we're doing. We have refreshments up around the fountain, so go up there and talk to people. So congratulations.